Hey, how's it going? Hope it is going well. So I'm out here with the Holystone HS790, and I want to try to do the flight test. It is mid-October here in the state of Michigan, so we are preparing for fall and winter. Guess we're in fall, right? But wintertime will be coming, so the days are getting shorter already. I believe daylight savings time is coming. I'm rambling now, but the point I'm trying to make is there's going to be less hours in the day to be outside and fly and things like that, which kind of makes me sad. But anyway, we're out here to do that. So I'm going to try to get this thing up. If nothing else, I will definitely get some footage, but that's what we're doing today. We're going to try to test this thing out and see how it performs. Thanks for clicking play on the video. Let's get into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's power on the drone. Okay, there's our feed. Let's see. Oh wow, smooth tilt there on the gimbal, which is nice. The feed looks really good. You know, I need to format the SD card. All right, so we've got that. We're in GPS mode there, and you can see we've got 23 satellites already. But what we're going to do is we're going to do a compass calibration. This is the first flight. I haven't put the drone up yet, so I recommend that you always do a compass calibration on your first flight or when you change locations. You know, 5-10 miles or more. Any less than that I wouldn't worry about, but you know, better safe than sorry. If you can do a quick compass calibration, just do a quick compass calibration. All right, so let's figure out how to do that. Okay, here we go. So I went into settings and I am clicking on compass, and there we go. It's giving us pictures showing us how to do a compass calibration. And if you've seen one drone video where someone's doing a compass calibration, you've seen them all, unless they're doing them wrong. But basically the same idea, just rotating on both the X and Y axis. All right, then it goes right into gyro calibration, and basically what that's doing is it's calibrating how the drone recognizes that it's level. All right, so that's what that's doing. Okay, so we are pretty much ready to go. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put this thing up. So one thing to note is the app. This app is called, I'll put it up on the screen. I forget what it's called, but Holystone has multiple apps. And I think the last one for the last drone, Holystone drone I tested was called HS Fly or something like that. And this one's different. So anyway, I'm going to start the video. Okay, very good. And we're going to do an auto takeoff, and we're just going to put this thing up in the air. So you hit the auto takeoff button once, it starts the motors, and then you hit it again, and it goes up about 3 feet there. And it's hovering. Very little wind, if any. I'm going to put it up a little bit more. Very little wind, if any, today. So let's see how we're doing in a hover. And so far that looks pretty darn stable, doesn't it? Pretty darn stable to me. I like the cool lights in the front. I didn't realize those were lights. Looks like there's also identification lights in the back. And this drone does have remote ID built in. Most Holystone drones do. Holystone does also sell a remote ID module for drones that do not have remote ID built in. And this one is greater than 249 grams. So this one is subject to remote ID when flying recreationally. And looks like this hover is pretty good. And I like to do this before I take the drone up in the air, just to make sure everything is copacetic. Now here's something I like to do as well. I'm going to rotate the drone. I want to see what happens. Is it going to get wonky or not? Nope, looks good. Okay, I think I can't tell which speed we're in, so I'm going to push the speed button. Okay, now we're in sports mode. Let's see what happens to this. Okay, it is yawing a little faster. I wouldn't say a whole lot faster. Let's push that again. Now we're in camera mode. So it looks like we have camera mode and sports mode. Okay, and we have telemetry data on the controller, the LED controller screen, which is good, which is in meters. And we also have it in the app, and you can set that to imperial or metric. So we have the telemetry in feet within the app. All right, let me go ahead and fly it around a little bit, just down here. Just kind of get a sense of how this thing performs in the air and in terms of stability. Okay, seemed like there was a little bit of a lag there. I don't know if that was just in my head. Maintaining its altitude really well. I like that. Sometimes you get these drones, and when you turn them at lower altitudes, for whatever reason, they start to dip sometimes. Didn't have that issue with this one here. All right, let's go ahead and put it up in the air. Let's go up about 100 feet. So far, I like what I'm seeing on the screen. Now, one thing I have noticed in the past with other Holystone drones is the image is usually pretty good, at least with the more recent models. But there is a little bit of softness, and maybe I have noticed a little bit of a green tint. But otherwise, I am liking what I'm seeing so far. All right, let's fly out a little bit. Let's just fly this thing. Let's just fly it. Flies pretty darn well, I'll say that. Really stable. Really stable drone. And I'll say that these budget drones have gotten really, really good. I'm going to put it up a little bit higher. Let's go up to about 120. Very smooth. And you can see the gimbal tilts really smoothly. We're going to circle around here. Very nice. And I will put up a time clock in the upper left hand corner so we can get a sense of flight time. I believe the advertised flight time is 30 minutes per battery. We know in real world conditions you're not going to get that. Okay. Why don't we snap off some photos? Now let's see what happens if we try the photo button while in video mode. Okay, looks like it stopped the video. Okay, and now we're able to take a photo. Sometimes you can take photos while recording video. It's essentially just taking a screen grab. We'll start the video again, and we'll keep flying. And the sun is out. There is some cloud cover, but remember what I was saying about the image on the Holystone? It kind of looks a little bit, I hate to use the word drab, but yeah, a little bit drab. I'm not picking up on the sun. It's about 6 o'clock. The sun's going down, right? This is kind of within that golden hour, and I can pick that up with my naked eye. The way the sun is hitting the homes there in front of me, I'm not picking up any of that from the drone. Let's take it up a little bit higher. Why don't we? We'll just go up a little higher. All right, let's fly about a little bit. Let's just keep flying. so far, I feel confident in flying this drone, which I think that's one of the more important aspects of, you know, drones, is how much confidence can you put in the darn thing. Meaning, and I say that because I test so many of these, and I get to check out so many different ones. Sometimes you get ones that have, you know, problems with their compass, so you get toilet bowling. You just get issues that a lot of times are pretty apparent right off the bat, and we don't have any of that with this drone. Okay, we're gonna stop there and let's snap off a photo. I think that's a good looking photo, just to get you some samples here. I started the video again. The photo button and the video button are the same button, but towards the right is video, I think, and towards the left is photos. No, that's wrong. The left side is video, the right side is photos. So let's hit the right side, and there is our photo. That looks like a pretty nice shot. Let's tilt up a little bit and take another, and we'll start the video again. All right, why don't we go ahead and do this? I'll fly out a little bit more. I should have put this in airplane mode. Let's fly out a little bit more. So far, I haven't gotten any glitches or any kind of breakups in the feed, which is good. So what we're going to do now is we are going to hit, that's really a nice shot, golf course back here. We're going to go ahead and hit the return to home button, and we'll check out the accuracy there. So right now, the drone is returning back to the home location. Right now, my hands are off the controls. So the drone is essentially flying itself now, flying back to our location here. And looks like I can still tilt the camera there. Very stable. Motor power saturation. The plane will slow down. Okay, not sure what that means. If you notice the message in the upper left hand corner there, no clue what that means, but it's trying to tell us something. All right, there's the drone there overhead, and it's definitely back to the vicinity of the home location. And anymore, again, as I mentioned before, these budget drones are getting really, really good. Testing return to home is almost a moot point now. I mean, I rarely have tested a drone that doesn't do this well. And when I say well, that means within, I don't know, 5 to 10 feet. To me, that's good enough. Now, you've got drones that do better than others. Obviously, DJI is almost spot on with landing almost exactly where it took off, but here we go. Okay, very good. So that works well. Let's get back in the air. I'm going to start the video camera again, and we're going to go ahead and actually we have to unlock the motors. Now, if you do auto takeoff from the app, you have to unlock the motors, and I believe that is usually bringing the sticks to the inside corners. Now we can hit the return to home button, the auto takeoff button, and then do our slider, and we are up in the air once again. Okay, I guess I am noticing the sun now. Maybe it was the angle from being up in the air. So you can see the sun hitting the way the sun is hitting the homes there across the field. Okay, let's see what we've got here in terms of features. What can this thing do? What is this? Not sure what that is. Okay, we can zoom the camera in and out. Let's try that. Okay, that is I believe digital zoom versus optical. I get those mixed up. But you can see there is some degradation in the resolution, in the video quality there. So I'm not sure how much I'd use that. Okay, we've got some quick shots and we've got GPS follow. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and do GPS follow now. And basically GPS follow, are we recording video? GPS follow is basically the drone following the following the controller, essentially. Okay, let's make sure we are in frame and let's get to walking. Let's see what it does. It's not turning. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, maybe it canceled when I lowered it. Okay, hitting GPS follow. Okay, you gotta be up at a certain height. Drone altitude below 16 feet. Yes, it is. Wow, you gotta be pretty high up there. Okay, let's try it again. Alright, there we go. I'm panning the camera down so it will have me in frame, and let's walk and see what happens. Okay, yep, it's following. Now this is again, GPS follow is different from, you know, actual subject tracking or active track, what we're used to with DJI, but you can get a similar effect with this. Okay, let's see. Alright, that works pretty well. Let's check out circle. And we probably will need to be at the same height. Make sure I've got some good clearance. Let's do circle. I gotta go back up. Yep, looks like for all of the automated flight features here, you have to be at least 16.5 feet in the air. So we're gonna do circle. Uh-oh, it's backing up. This one does not have any it does not have any obstacle avoidance. Boy, I couldn't think of it. Okay, let's stop this. So to do this properly, what you want to do is place the drone over the point of interest. So I am the point of interest and it is directly above me. And then you want to hit circle. It's going to back up and it's going to start circling. That's how you do that. So if you want to, you know, orbit a point of interest, a building or something like that, then you would just use that same sort of workflow. Place the drone overhead and then hit the circle button. Now, another important thing that you should be able to do is to cancel these functions with the stick movement. You can't with the right stick. Can you with the left stick? Nope. You can increase altitude. You can increase altitude, but you cannot cancel that with the sticks. That is a miss. You should be able to do that with a stick movement just in case you need to quickly stop the function to avoid an obstacle. But in this case, you have to actually go into the app and cancel that. That I am not the biggest fan of, but that's why we test these. Let's see. Okay, we've got quick shots. Okay, I'm gonna bring it around this way. And we'll test out some of the quick shots. And we are losing light fast, but I think we'll have enough time. How are we doing on battery? Let me see. We've got 48%. We do have another battery though. Okay, let's go ahead and try this. So we can change this from 99 feet, 132 feet. Looks like up to 330 feet. Wow. We'll just keep it at 99 feet. 99 feet since we're testing it. Looks like this is some kind of drone-y shot. So let's hit start, and there we go. And looks like it starts the video once you initiate that. And there it goes. Going back 99 feet. Let's see if it returns. It does not. Come on, Holystone. bring the drone back, why don't you? Start the video again. Okay, we still have to test sports mode as well. Let me bring this over so I don't scare the nice people here with my drone activities. Alright. Okay, so let's get back in here and see what else we have in terms of quick shots. Okay, we've got this rocket thing here. Let's come over here. Make sure there are any obstacles again, because we do not have obstacle avoidance on this drone. We're going to stay at 99 feet again, and let's go ahead and hit it and see what it does. It automatically starts the video. You do have to tilt the camera yourself, so you can kind of replicate that shot manually. And once again, it is staying. Once it finishes the rocket, it does not come back to its starting point. So I guess I'm spoiled by some of the other drones. Okay. You get the picture there, right? Let's see. What else? What other quick shot? There's orbit there too. Okay, you get the picture there. Tap to fly here. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna put the drone up, and we'll do a quick square or something. I'll go up to 120 feet or so. Alright, and we're just going to plot some points. This is basically waypoints. So we'll plot a point there, plot a point there, plot a point there, and back here. How do you initiate this? Is it the up arrow here? Please pay attention to the altitude to avoid, yes. So you hit the up arrow there in the right hand corner, and there it goes. And we can flip back to the live feed to see what it's seeing. We'll bring that camera up. And so it will go to each waypoint and stop, so it's not really smooth. It's not a continuous progression. But nonetheless, you can do some automated flying here, even if you did like a straight line. You know what? I wonder if I could move the camera. That's something to test. Let's try this again. I'm going to let's go back to tap to fly. I wonder if we just did let it fly out a little bit. Let's say to there. If I can manipulate the drone. Let's see if I can manipulate the drone, or will it cancel it? It does cancel it, looks like, when you move the sticks. So it will cancel the waypoints. That's something we should have with the quick shots as well. The reason why I was trying that is because you know, with something like the Anafi or the old Bebop 2, and if you did a what did they call them, a flight plan, you could still manipulate the drone while it's progressing from each waypoint, and it doesn't look like this one is able to do that, but okay. Let's get some more photos. I feel like I haven't taken very many photos. We're doing pretty good on flight time here. Let's see, we are at 30%, so we may get our return to home, low voltage return to home here soon. But one thing we can do yet. Let's get back into video and just fly out a little bit. If we don't get to it on this battery, we will get to it on the next battery. We'll check out sports mode. But I think what I'll do is I'll fly out here a little bit. Take it up. Not a bad image from what I'm seeing. Alright, we'll fly out to about there. Trying to keep it in my line of sight. Let's turn it around and we will come back in sports mode. How about that? And then we can check out how well the gimbal does in sports mode. Sometimes you get issues with the gimbal being able to continue to stabilize at a higher rate of speed. So let's flip this to sports mode. And we're just going to full stick ahead. We'll see how fast this sucker moves. Okay, there's our return to home. I'm going to cancel it. So our horizontal speed is showing 24.5 miles per hour. And it's moving. Okay. And I'll tell you, I feel like this is a really stable drone. I really do. Let's fly it around a little bit. So we're in sports mode, so obviously our movements are going to be a little less smooth, but keep an eye on the horizon there. That's another thing that is a challenge when flying in sports mode, is keeping the horizon level. And this one looks like it's doing a pretty good job of that. Alright, we're at 21%. I think we could keep going. I wonder what happens if we keep going. See, it says aircraft voltage low, please return immediately. Boy, 21% seems like quite a bit to leave in the tank, doesn't it? It just seems like we should be able to fly a little bit longer than that. But you see, I was able to cancel it. I wonder what happens if we get down to, I don't know, say 10%. Sucker's moving. Motor power saturation, the plane will slow down. I still have no clue what that means. But apparently it's slowing the drone down because the motors are saturated. Okay, we're down to 15% now. Should I take it down to 10 to see what happens? I am, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it closer. Okay, what was that beep for? It's beeping. Okay, maybe that beeping is telling me, hey dude, you're getting really low on power. You should probably think about landing. And we can see the identification lights in the back there. They are flashing red. And let me just see if that's because we're recording video. So I'm going to stop the video. Nope, that's not because we're recording video. That's because we're low on power. Okay, we'll start the video again. Alright, I'm going to bring it down. And let's just let it hover till it gets to 10%. I want to see what happens. Because I would probably continue flying to 10% instead of 20. But I wouldn't go any further than 10%. But let's see what happens. There we go. Critical low battery. but it's not landing, and it's not initiating return to home. So remember, we canceled it. It's not coming back with another. I wonder if we flew out, if it would. That I don't like. So it is a safety feature. Let's say it's something that the DJI drones have. You're flying out, you get your return to home message, you cancel it, it will call that back up again. Let me see. All right, it is geofencing though, so I cannot fly out any further than that. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's go ahead and land it, and we'll just call it a day for this battery, so we don't do any damage to it. Okay, and it is now landing on its own now that I brought it back closer. Critical low battery. Okay, it wants me to do another compass calibration. I wonder why. All right, let's stop that video camera.
All right, let's look at some night shots right quick. So there's this night mode that you can select, but I don't see any reason why anyone would ever use this. It looks terrible, y'all. Ain't no other way to say it. Just film with the normal setting. That's my recommendation. And that footage is better, but it doesn't look that great either. So this camera, it's just not going to get you the best night shots. But with that said, the images it captures with good lighting during the day look pretty darn good. Probably the best footage I've seen from a Holystone drone yet. Okay, let's take a quick close-up look at the HS790 here and what comes in the box. Pretty nice bag here. Let's get it open. Got your USB-C charging cables, USB-C to Lightning OTG cables. There's also a USB-C to USB-C OTG cable that's already on the controller. I'll show you that in a second. But yes, that's for connecting your phone to the controller. In here, you got an extra set of props and an extra set of controller gimbals. And here's your manuals. Got a quick start guide and your full manual here. All right, let's get the drone out of here. Now, make sure we're on focus here. Now, whenever I see a drone with this foldable form factor, with this sort of neutral color scheme, I automatically think DJI Mini. But the HS790 is actually a little larger, and most importantly, it's not under 250 grams. Now, I like that they included the Velcro strap here to protect the props. So you can see it's still a small drone, but it's a pretty good size. Let's grab the Mini 4 Pro and compare. So there's the Mini 4 Pro. So you can see it's a bit longer, has a wider footprint, and the Holystone actually weighs 377 grams. So remote ID is required to fly this drone recreationally or under Part 107 because it is not sub 250 grams. Let's see how they look folded compared to one another. All right, so you can see the size difference there. Pretty apparent this way. So you can see these are definitely different size drones. So while there are some design cues obviously taken from the Mini DJI Mini series, this is definitely its own thing for sure. Now, even though it's greater than 249 grams, the good thing is it does have remote ID built in. And speaking of the design cues, you can see the orange tips on the props, which is reminiscent of the Mini series. Here's your micro SD card slot. and it accepts cards up to 256 gigabytes. I put a link to the SD card that I always use for all of my drones down in the description box. So check that out if you're interested. They always work really well for me. Now, the HS790 has a 3-axis gimbal, of course, and they're saying the camera takes 6K photos and video up to 4K 30. Now, that's an unusual way to advertise photo resolution, right? Usually you see 2K, 4K, 6K when describing video resolution. Not sure I've ever heard of anyone saying,
this camera takes 4K photos or 2K photos.
I mean, you ever heard of that? Me neither. So I try to get a better understanding of what that translates into and how we're used to seeing photo resolution advertised. The manual says 5700 by 3200, which technically would be 5.7K, right? So I guess they rounded up. And then if you convert that into megapixels, you get 18.2 megapixels. I think saying 6K just confuses people. So just think 18 megapixels when you see 6K photos. Okay, so now that we spent time explaining that, let's just move on. Now, the HS790 comes with 2 batteries and this 3 battery charging hub. That's right, 3 battery charging hub. Why you only get 2 batteries in this bundle is beyond me, but that's how they decided to ship this out. But they're advertising 30 minutes of flight time per battery for a total of 60 minutes. We'll see what you actually get in real world conditions when we go out and do the flight test. And this is actually a fast charging hub as well. And they're saying the batteries charge in just under 2 hours. And you can even use the hub as a power bank with the batteries installed in there. Now, I searched on the website and in the manual, and I didn't see any indication that these are actually smart batteries, meaning they won't self-discharge to a storage voltage when not in use for a period of time. And here is the controller. You can see where the removable gimbals are stored. So you can see the gimbals here. There is the other OTG cable I mentioned, the USB-C to USB-C. This roller on this side, this tilts the gimbal. Here's your video and photo button, auto takeoff, auto land. Here's your return to home button, USB-C charging port. Here's how you turn the controller on. And off. This is your speed switcher. You can switch GPS on and off here, and then long press this button to do the compass calibration. And you can see here that the LED display does include height and distance telemetry. And let me turn that off because the beeping will annoy the heck out of all of us. And your advertised transmission range is 9 kilometers, which translates into about 5.5 miles.